whilst my chaplain, Reverend Gary Lewis, say prayer.
The year for Alice has flown by, and I think it's been a happy year for her, judging by the smiles that I've seen from her. I first came across Alice when she made my wife's wedding dress. She was warned by wife that Alice was brilliant but busy, and therefore to hold her nerve because she'll take it to the line, but she always gets it done in the end. And I think that's been true this year. She's worked so hard, and we give thanks for her year as mayor now. So let us pray. Heavenly Father, we give thanks for Alice's year as mayor, for her charity work, the many events that she's graced, for the good times that she's shared. And as we give thanks for her year in office, we give thanks for the civic life of our borough. We give thanks for those here today, councillors and the communities they represent. We give thanks for local democracy. We pray that we may treasure it, value it, and use it. We make this prayer in the name of your Son, our Saviour Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen.
Thank you. Please sit down. Before we start, I need to make 2 housekeeping announcements. Firstly, there are no fire alarm tests planned for this evening, so if the alarm sounds, please leave the chamber by the nearest door. Then follow the illuminated fire exit signs and assemble in the car park at the rear of the building. Secondly, it is now the usual practice with all full council meetings, members and guests should be aware that a sound recording is being made at this meeting, which will be uploaded to the website with the minutes. Also, before I make my retiring speech, I need to deal with a couple of formalities. First, apologies for absence. I have apologies for absence from Councillor Ladies Atkins, Balmain and Avon. Are there any other apologies? Councillor Patrick. Thank you very much. The next item is declarations of interest. Do any members have any pecuniary or other interest to declare on any items included on the agenda for this meeting? None, thank you very much. Councillors, High Sheriff of Lancashire and High Sheriff Lady, Inspector John Smith from the Lancashire Police and the Youth Mayor of Wyre, Miss Jessica Dodsley. As we now come to the end of our year as Mayor and Council, we will look back on the events of an amazing year. The Queen's Garden Party, very special. The meeting with His Royal Highness Prince Harry, absolutely amazing. Meeting Alfie Bow at the Marine Ball. I'm an absolute fan of Alfie Bow, so that was just stunning. The village galas, the children and all the people who volunteered to make galas special. The Scouts and the Guides, many functions with Scouts and Guides. And the people who look after these children and go on trips, that's absolutely wonderful. The children from our borough schools for their garden project. They was in the council chamber and then they was allowed to ask the mayor questions. You can't believe how some young people, even the age of 4 and 5, come out with such amazing questions. Especially wanted to know how old I was. The young people on the Prince's Trust who are helped and supported by the Lancashire Fire and Rescue Service. And these are children who can't cope in mainstream schools and also have come from very bad homes, and this is a really worthwhile project. The Christmas light switch off, children again. Musical evenings at Thornton Little Theatre. We have some amazing young vocalists and musicians in our borough. These are wonderful people who go on to make fantastic careers. And the list is endless, and you can go on and on because the events go on and on. We would like to say a big thank you to all the people who have invited us to their events. We have always been made very welcome wherever we go. Our grateful thanks go to my deputy and her consort, Julie and Richard. Thank you so much. You've been truly amazing and stepped in when I was at this wilderness after Christmas. Thank you very much. And to my chaplain, Gary. Thank you for his words and prayers and support before full council. Thank you, Gary. Many thanks to Andrea, my male secretary. I probably give her a few headaches along the way. But I'd like to thank her for her help and support. Thank you, Andrea. And to Peter, my rock. Always making sure we arrive on time, and we always arrive on time. And to Gary and the staff and councillors at Wyre for helping to make this borough a great place to live. And there is one person that's been by my side, my husband John. Sometimes I've had to take my sister because he's always working, even though he should be retired. We will check my diary and say, every time there's an event on, what are we going to today and what is it? I have to say, I don't know because I've never been before. But we have always had a great time. Thank you all, because I have had a wonderful time. And I would like to wish Councillor Marge Anderton best wishes for her mayoral year. At my mayoral ball, I thanked all the people that have raised money for my charities. The Marie Curie nurses, who do a wonderful job helping and supporting families when a loved one is coming to the end of their life. And my sister is the recipient of the Marie Curie nurses when I lost my brother-in-law, and they were absolutely wonderful with us. So I'd like to thank them very, very much, and that is why they're one of my charities. And to the North West Air Ambulance charity, who are always on call, going to inaccessible places, and we all know that sometimes time is important in a life or death situation. So a really big thank you to them. Thank you. Can I please invite Danielle Richards from Danielle Richards from Marie Curie and Les Frago and Sheila Russell from the North West Air Ambulance Charity to receive cheques for monies raised during the year and to say a few words. The charity has raised £13,760
£60 and 60p, I think.
Hello everyone, I will keep it brief, but we're overwhelmed by the support that we've had from the Mayor this year. Marie Curie is a national charity with a really local feel, and tonight in Wyre, in Lancashire, across the whole UK, our nurses will be going out to people who are dealing with their toughest times, families dealing with terminal illness, diagnosis, and as the nurse said, you know, they're incredibly special, these men and women that do this job, and the calling really, and all of this will go to them. So thank you ever so much.
Yes, I'd like to echo that from Danielle, that on behalf of the North West Air Ambulance, we're very pleased to take this cheque from the Mayor for all this work that she's done to raise this money for us, and certainly without this sort of support we couldn't do our job, and what it means now is not only it's good for the charity, it's good for all those people that we can now help in that critical golden hour that we talk about, where we can get there as quick as we can and get people to hospital, and hopefully they then all survive, and much better chance of survival and full recovery. So thank you very much indeed to everybody. Thank you.
The next item is the presentation of the Sheraton Trophy. It has been a very difficult decision with the Sheraton Trophy. We have 8 applicants this year, so I've been reading through them over and over again, and this young lady who's going to be the recipient of the trophy for the 12 months, it just stand out to me, and my heart went out to her. She volunteered at the URP Potential for 2 years. In that time, she has overcome many difficulties with her health. She was in hospital twice during her GCSE period, and still comes out with 5 Bs and 2 Cs. She then went to college, but had to leave again because of her health problems. Despite this, she is determined to go back in September to study biology, chemistry and statistics to begin her journey to become a doctor. She was very quiet and underconfident when she came to the URPs, but now contributes really well in group sessions and takes a lead role. Last year and this year, she played a huge part in the organisation and delivery of the LGBT conference for young people to celebrate diversity and encourage social action. She spent hours on a brilliant PowerPoint presentation which was shown on the day, and she delivered a workshop for 20 young people. This is a young girl who lacked confidence. Last year she completed an NCS course and raised funds for Brian House. She then volunteered for the RHPCA and for the URP Potential. Recently, she has stepped up again to support me to deliver the LGBT awareness training to adults at the University of Cumbria and to 70 young people and staff at the Cardinal Allen High School. She has developed many skills around IT, learned how to speak in front of other people with confidence and how to support others. And she really, really does deserve this award because she's an ongoing nurse. So thank you. And the recipient is Jade Maya Smith. is the election of the Mayor for 2018-19. Can I please have a nomination for the office of Mayor for 2018-19?
Madam Mayor, Honorary Aldermen, Councillors, ladies and gentlemen, I am very honoured to be able to nominate my mum, Marge, on this prestigious occasion of mayor making. When we were both re-elected in 2015, neither of us had any idea that we'd both be asked to serve in civic roles during the municipal term. Marge was born in the 1950s. I'm under strict instructions not to tell anyone exactly which year. To May from Northern Ireland, and Vic, a local fisherman, and she was the youngest of 4 children, Gladys, Monica and Ernest, and it's lovely to see Auntie Mon in the audience tonight. Marge was educated in Fleetwood at Fleetwood Junior School and Bailey Girls' School, and later in life she pursued adult education and obtained some newfangled GCSEs and an A-level in law. Age 16, Marge bought a Lambretta GT 200 scooter, which became her pride and joy, and she became a staunch member of the Blackpool Scooter Club, attending mod rallies all over the country. The love of her scooter led to dreams of being a mechanic, but sadly this was not a profession for women in those days, and Marge herself admits the oil and grime would have ruined her fingernails. On leaving school, Marge had a brief spell as a student nurse working on the wards of Blackpool Victoria Hospital, but she gave this up in the early 1970s to join the civil service, or the ministry as it was called in those days. Marge was successful in working her way up the career ladder and enjoyed a challenging and varied career with roles as an internal auditor, software engineer, database administrator, pensions administrator, so if anybody needs any pensions advice, Marge is definitely the person to go to. And finally, she finished her working life in 2016 as a finance officer, having decided that after 50 years of working, enough was enough. Norcross Social Club was an important part of any civil servant's social life in the 1970s, and it was here that Marge first met my dad, Mike, while she was celebrating a victory after playing in a ladies' five-a-side football competition. My mum and dad married in 1972. PC1 and PC2 soon followed. That's Problem Child 1 and 2. Although I and my brother Alex do refute these dubious titles. So, who knew that Marge was a footballer? Before her time, I think, given the current proliferation of the ladies' game. She also played in a 6-a-side ladies' cricket team, represented Norcross in ladies' hockey at the Civil Service Games, and was a long-standing member of the ladies' darts team. She has played Bobby George and challenged Eric Bristow to a game when she met him on holiday last year. I think the crafty Cockney realised he'd had a few too many and wisely declined the invitation. Marge is now an avid crown green bowler, playing in 2 different leagues, and she also spends a lot of time walking her little rescue dog Twiggy. When my dad Mike was first elected to Wyre Council in 1991, Marge's first words to him were, "Don't you expect me to be your mayoress?" To which he replied, "Don't worry Marge, it takes about 20 years long service for that." Well, if you could see us now, I'm sure you would be so proud of Marge. Sadly, after my dad Mike passed away in 1999, Marge was persuaded to stand in the resulting by-election in Warren Ward, alongside 2 outstanding councillors, Ian Butler and Honorary Alderman Norman Irish, who were both a great help to Marge in the early days of her political life. Family is very important to Marge, and it's great to see so many family members and friends here this evening. To Marge's great delight, she finally became a grandma to Jacob in 2016 after almost giving up hope, and he has brought so much joy into her life with his cheeky little smile and tomboy ways. Marge is very active in the local community and has volunteered at Fleetwood Museum since 2005. She is a member of Fleetwood Civic Society and also works hard on the Festive Lights Committee. Marge loves her holidays and has made some great memories travelling to far-flung places. Visiting family in Australia and New Zealand have been highlights. She enjoyed a memorable trip to Jamaica with my dad to celebrate their 25th wedding anniversary, and she has also travelled to Canada, China, Singapore, the USA, and was thrilled to see the Hubbard Glacier in Alaska. She's ticked off the usual Mediterranean resorts and enjoyed a special holiday to Italy recently with her sister Mom. We both love our holidays to the Canary Islands, and Tenerife has become a home from home for us on our girls' jauns together, where we always have a ball and more than a few gin and tonics. In recent times, Marge made the momentous decision to downsize from the family home and has busied herself over the last couple of years working on her retirement bungalow, which is now just about how she wants it. She enjoys pottering in her low-maintenance garden, but still answers my SOS call and comes to the rescue with trowel in hand to help maintain the family home garden that I am now responsible for keeping to her previous high standards. And thank goodness for that, as it takes some work. On a personal level, I'm very lucky to have Marge as my mum and count her as my best friend. She has always been a strong and independent woman, and she has been a fantastic role model to me as I was growing up, juggling career, family and hobbies. I think it is very fitting in this, the centenary year of the women's suffrage movement, that we are welcoming another Lady Mayor into office. And I know Marge and her Mayoress Wendy will do a fantastic job representing our wonderful borough. It therefore gives me great pleasure to propose that Councillor Marge Anderson be elected to the office of Mayor of the Borough of Wyre for the municipal year 2018-2019.
For that proposal.
Madam Mayor, Honorary Aldermen and Councillors, ladies and gentlemen. I have known Marge since I became a councillor in 2011, and this has developed into a working friendship as well as a friendship over the years. Many a time we've been sat in Marge's kitchen putting the wheels to round with cheese and biscuits and a glass of wine. Did I say glass? I meant a bottle or two. As I said, Marge enjoys her holidays abroad, Tenerife being one of her favourites, and there she can go and relax, unwind, read books and have a few gins with coffee. There's a saying that says you should never work with children or animals, but in this case it works. As Marge and her daughter Emma work very closely together, both being elected councillors on Warramore and other committees within Wyre. You can see they have a special relationship and how close they are. As many of you might know, Marge is an active member of the Fleetwood Festival Lights and has been for many years, and she's worked hard to build this up to the community event that it is today. This year, Marge, instead of dressing up as an elf and being the human bandit, you will be dressed up in your finery for the parade for the Fleetwood Transport Festival. So as chairperson of the Lights Committee for 1 year only, we're all going to have a year off. Marge is our very own Hyacinth Bouquet, so the role of Madam Mayor will suit her down to the ground. A role she will be proud of, and I know you will serve our borough well. I would like to wish you all the best, enjoy and savour every moment, as these moments don't come around very often. Therefore, I second that Councillor Marge Anderson be elected to the office of Mayor of the Borough of Wyre for the municipal year 2018-2019.
Are there any further nominations? Councillor Marge Anderson is duly elected to the office of Mayor for 2018. There will now be a short break before the new Mayor enters the chamber and takes the chair for the remainder of the meeting.
To receive the worship of the Mayor, Councillor Mark Henderson.
I, Marge Anderson, having been elected to the office of Mayor of the Borough of Wyre, hereby declare I will take office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to be guided by the Wyre Borough Council Code of Conduct in the performance of my functions in that office. Please be seated. High Sheriff, Honorary Alderman, Councillors, friends and relatives, thank you. Thank you for coming here this evening to make this occasion so special. Thanks especially to my New Zealand cousin Paul, for coming all this way. No, not from New Zealand. He and Julie now live in Wiltshire. It's still a long way, but not quite as far as New Zealand. Special thanks for my Formby family, Rob, Pam and Shelley. And very special thanks to my big sister Monica, who took such good care of me when I was little and who I used to follow around endlessly. It is an honour and privilege to represent the Borough of Wyre. I don't intend making a long speech, you'll be relieved to hear. Just to say that Alice and Jonathan will be a very hard act to follow. But the Mayoress, Wendy, my very good friend of many years, and myself intend to give it a really good shot and hopefully enjoy ourselves in the process. And of course, do Wyre proud. Thank you. I will now invest the Mayoress, Mrs. Wendy Groves, with the Mayoress's chain of office.
Lynn Bowen will now formally move the vote of thanks to the retiring Mayor, Councillor Alice Collinson, in the format set out in the official programme.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Before I do that, I'd just like to say that Alice has been a mayor that we can all be proud of in Wyre Borough. She's worked tirelessly for the past 12 months, not only being a brilliant ambassador for Wyre Borough, but a dedicated fundraiser for both her charities, raising an incredible amount for them. I also want to thank John, who's been at Alice's side throughout the last year, with a smile and a friendly word for everyone he's met. And so, I will move the vote that the best thanks of this council be tendered to Councillor Alice Collinson for the valuable services which she has rendered to the borough during her term of office as mayor, and for the courtesy and impartiality with which she has presided over the deliberations of this council. And that the thanks of the council be also tendered to Mr. Jonathan Collinson for the valuable services which he has rendered as consul.
Would councillors please vote to show their support for that proposal? Thank you. That proposal is approved. I will now present Councillor Collinson with her badge of office of past mayor and Mr. Jonathan Collinson with the badge of past office of past mayor's consul. Thank you. The next item is the election of Deputy Mayor for 2018-19. Item 5, the election of Deputy Mayor for 2018-19. Can I please have a nomination for Deputy Mayor?
One moment. That's exciting times. People forget things.
I don't think so.
I'll get it right one day. Madam Mayor, I thought when I was writing my notes that it might be appropriate to introduce a touch of Shakespeare. I was thinking appropriately would be the Republic's words would be, friends, Romans and countrymen, lend me your ears. Anyway, joking, I was only joking. I mentioned it to Councillor Emma Alderton, and she was shocked. She said, Brian, you're not here to pay tribute to Caesar, you're here to congratulate Councillor Mike. And I said, well, you're absolutely right. So, I propose, without further ado, Madam Mayor, Honorary Alderman, Councillors, ladies and gentlemen, well, there we are, I propose that, and say this, Madam Mayor, you have made a very wise choice mind him as your deputy. He has been a friend and colleague of mine for many years. I won't say many years, yes, probably at least 6 years, both on Fleetwood Town Council and on Wyre Council. And of course I've worked very closely with him. We work together on ward newsletters. We get on very, very well. And I would say that our approach to local politics and probably national politics is very similar. He's a nice, pleasant man, hard-working, with loads of ability. He's a private person. Some of our group consider him to be a bit of a dark horse. Well, you know, dark horses have won some good races. And dark horses are people who know where they're going and what they're about. And I'm quite sure that his future success is assured by the way he does go around and about the way he presents himself. Now, I was reading the other day, I just happened to pick up a copy, Madam Mayor, of Tom Brown's School Days. I wasn't reading about Flashman, but I have done. And I just spotted the word, a stout fellow. Now, a stout fellow, I thought, you know, what is really a stout fellow? And Michael, I'm not talking about Tommy or anything like that, I'm just talking about a stout fellow. And my grandson, who went to boarding school, told me, he said, Grandad, a stout fellow is always someone who's well dressed. I said, well, that's Mike. And he is always well dressed. But he also wears immaculate shoes. Absolutely immaculate shoes. Oh, yes, he does. If you could actually shave them. But, you know. Anyway, now I'd like Simon over there. I didn't mention this person quite like obviously. Simon once said in here that his heroine, the person he adored, was Margaret Thatcher. Well, we all have our opinions, don't we? But what I'd like to tell Simon is that she always judged a man by his shoes. So there you are, Simon, and all aspiring politicians get your shoes shining. You know, so the moral of the story is to get ahead, never mind getting a hat, get the shine on your shoes. Right, Mike is shortly going to join the chain gang, you know, the one where you put it around your neck. It's a lot of hard work. I'm quite sure that he's up to it. He will certainly give the mayor, who's also a very good friend of mine, and him as well. He will give her a lot of help. He will handle himself with decorum. And I'm quite sure, Madam Mayor, that if he's called at any time to sit up there and take charge of this of this meeting, or any meeting, he would do it very, very efficiently. Therefore, without many more words from me, I propose that Councillor Michael Barraclough be appointed to the office of Deputy Mayor of the Borough of Wyre for the municipal year 2018-2019. Thank you very much.
Can I please have a second to that proposal?
Every shiny shoes.
Madam Mayor, Honorary Aldermen, Councillors, ladies and gentlemen. How do I follow that? Very briefly is the answer. It is an honour to be asked to second Councillor Barraclough for Deputy Mayor of Wyre. I do not wish to delay proceedings, so just to say that Councillor Anderton has made a very good choice with Councillor Barraclough as her deputy. Mike is both highly capable and reliable,
and if he is needed to chair full council, he won't have any trouble keeping us all in order. In fact, I think he will quite enjoy that challenge. Therefore, it is a pleasure to second that Councillor Michael Barraclough be appointed to the office of Deputy Mayor of the Borough of Wyre for the municipal year 2018-2019.
Are there any other nominations? There are none, so I declare Councillor Michael Barraclough to be duly appointed as Deputy Mayor for 2018-19. I will now invest Councillor Barraclough with the Deputy Mayor's chain of office.
I'll clean my shoes. I, Michael Barraclough, having been appointed to the office of Deputy Mayor of the Borough of Wyre, hereby declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to be guided by the Wyre Borough Council Code of Conduct in the performance of my functions in that office. Madam Mayor, honourable councillors, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad I polished my shoes before I came tonight. No, thank you, Madam Mayor, for the opportunity to become Deputy Mayor for this municipal year. It's very proud. It makes me feel very proud, and it's an honour to do so. I very much look forward to raising money and charities for the charities chosen, and hopefully it'll be a tough challenge to beat the target set last year by Councillor Collinson. Very many congratulations on that for such two very valuable causes. So that's thank you very much, and I look forward to we'll do the Borough Proud this year. So, many thanks.
I will now invest the Deputy Mayoress, Miss Jeannie Bywater, with her chain of office. I will now present the badge for past Deputy Mayor to Councillor Julie Robinson and the badge for past Deputy Mayor's consort to Mr Richard Robinson. The next item is Mayor's Communications. Item 6, Mayor's Communications.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And Madam Mayor's had numerous cards and congratulations on the back. We've selected a few, so please don't be offended if we haven't chosen yours, but we have chosen sort of 7 or 8. So I'll start with the first one. And this one threw me when I first read it. This is to Peggy Sue. Very proud, have a good year, love, Al. Dear Mum, you and Wendy will have a fantastic ambassadors for Wyre. Have an amazing year. We are so proud of you. All our love, Emma and Jack. Have a great day. Sorry we can't be with you. Alan and Kath Vincent. From everyone at Fleetwood Museum, on your forthcoming year on of Wyre, congratulations. Marge, have a wonderful year, very best wishes, Dulce and Sir Robert Atkins. I'm sure you will be an excellent mayor. Enjoy every minute of your special year. We'll have a great time together. Love from Wendy. To Marge, have a wonderful year as Mayor of Wyre. Love and best wishes, the Labour Group. And the last one, with love and warmest wishes for a fabulous year and beyond, Neil and Jackie. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. That concludes this evening's ceremonial proceedings. We will now proceed with item 7 on the agenda, which is the appointment of members to committees, panels and groups. I have been advised that a change to the Labour representation on the Overview and Scrutiny Committee has mistakenly been omitted from the report, and that an additional subparagraph K should be added to recommendation 3.1 stating that Councillor Shewan be appointed to the Overview and Scrutiny Committee in place of Councillor Smith. Councillor Henderson, would you please introduce the report and propose the recommendation set out in paragraph 3 with the additional recommendation I've just referred to?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And may I say, congratulations, Madam Mayor. And also, I must point out that for the last time in public for this municipal year, well done, Marge. You'll get used to Madam Mayor, there's no two ways about that. The appointments report is before the members. The only addition that I have is I propose that Councillor Matthew Vincent be appointed to the Standards Committee in place of Councillor Moon. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Is there a seconder for these proposals?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll second that.
Are there any comments, questions or amendments? Would members please vote on the recommendations, including the additional changes to the membership of the Overview and Scrutiny Committee and the Standards, reported verbally this evening? Those in favour, please show. Those recommendations are approved. The next item on the agenda this evening is to note changes to the Cabinet made by the Leader of the Council. Councillor Henderson, would you please introduce your report now?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just two things to add to the report. Firstly, I should like to welcome Councillor Simon Bridge to the Cabinet, and I know full well that Simon will do an excellent job following on from his position as Chairman of the Licensing Committee. I would also like to say thank you to Councillor Murphy as well for the past 9 years that he served on the Cabinet in his various roles as portfolio holders. Thank you, Madam Mayor. The report before you.
Are there any comments or questions for Councillor Henderson? The report is noted. The final item is to consider granting a dispensation to Cllr Balmain. Councillor Henderson, would you please introduce the report and propose recommendation?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The report is before the members for the dispensation of non-attendance at council meetings by Cllr Balmain. I do know that Cllr Balmain is still heavily involved in his ward work. It is merely his recovery from his operation that prevents him from attending council meetings. So therefore the report is before you, and I hope that all councillors support it. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Is there a seconder for these proposals?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll second the proposal.
Are there any comments, questions or amendments? Would members please vote on the recommendations proposed by Councillor Henderson? That's unanimous. That's unanimous. The recommendation is approved. Thank you. That concludes the meeting. Would members and guests please join me for light refreshment? In order to ensure that everyone is catered for comfortably, would VIPs and personal guests please go first to the members' lounge, and would councillors assemble initially in committee room 12.